guys. Hey, I was at the Oklahoma meetup the other day. We got this nice shirt from the Payne family. It feels nice, fits me. It's a good high quality shirt, but that's not what this video is about. We're doing some grilling here with lump charcoal, of course. The only way to grill, but we need to start the chimney. And since we don't get the newspaper, we can't shove the newspaper up underneath there to get it started.
Who gets the newspaper anymore?
I don't know. They say print's dead.
Besides my mom.
I've got the seed pod for an okra plant here that I collected the seed from it, so we're growing that okra out there in the garden right now, but we still have the seed pods left over from last year, so they make really good kindling. I'm just peeling this off and putting it down in there if you want to take a look. It's the kindling down in there. You see it?
Selfie stick when you have long arms like I do.
Hey, you got long arms, you don't need a selfie stick. There we go.
Find my selfie
All right,
stick.
so I've got a bed of these okra pods. I don't even need the rest of these here. And that's going to light up and it's going to burn really quick and hot and fast. The only problem is it's going to burn quick, hot, and fast, and it may not burn long enough to catch the charcoal on fire. So I've got this down here. These are hazelnut shells, and I kind of messed up. I was supposed to take this bucket to the Oklahoma meetup and give these to Anson Ivy from Ivy's Forge and Homestead, because
that's my fault.
If the rumors are true, the shell of hazelnuts burns as hot as anthracite coal once you get it started. So yeah, so the trick is to see what we need to do to get these to light up.
Ooh.
And if they will light up,
Won't it be kind of too hot?
Will they burn hot enough to get my cooking fire
You're crazy.
going? All right, so get the camera down in there. Here we go. We're going to give this a shot. All right.
Don't melt me.
Nothing major pyrotechnic, really. All right.
That's on the 4th of July.
Okay, so we are going to use. All right, hang on a second.
Sorry. Yes.
All right. Ordinarily, for proper bushcraft skills, you're going to demonstrate your skill using some sort of a ferro rod and a striker to create a spark to catch some sort of flammable material.
Isn't there a ferro rod
on fire? And then you're going to use that to build your fire. Well, here's
your ferro rod.
The same dang thing. Well, actually, it's piezoelectric, but really, seriously, if you're not using a bow drill, you're not showing us your bushcraft skill. You're just being silly.
I can't even do that.
Bow drill is serious bushcraft.
I used to know an Eagle Scout.
A ferro rod is, you may as well just be using a cigarette lighter, guys.
I got some of my extra bug-out bags because
cigarette lighters?
Back when people used to smoke, I always carried one with me because you go to the bar, they're like,
it's great for starting a fire with.
And it's great for starting conversations. Like, hey,
it's a ferro rod, a striker, and a ready fuel source.
3-in-1 miracle. Or is that 2-in-1? Oh, whatever. I'm going to see those nuts shells.
So yeah, what we're going to see is do the nut shells.
They're dry, so they won't.
It is a little bit wet out here, so
well, yeah,
we're trying our best to get this fire to start. It's rained every single day this week.
It's supposed to rain all next week too. Is this a wet year? Or is this just me?
No, it's a wet year. Right, well,
I do like your acorn.
Get this to go.
I asked him like, "Hey, you want to get a grill?" He's like, he bought this one. He's been hinting about it. I'm like, okay, I guess we'll get a grill. I'm thinking a little tiny thing.
Well,
no,
should I talk about the grill a little bit? I mean, for your viewers.
You bake in this thing.
Okay, the brand name is called Acorn, but they come in different brands. Okay, you don't have to get this particular brand.
It's called Acorn because of shape.
The construction is the same. You've got a double insulated firebox above and below. You've got a little insulating pad here. Once you close it up,
the seal.
Once you close it up, everything on the inside of here can maintain a high temperature, so you can get up to above 500 degrees and hold it. But the only fuel that you can use that's going to get you there is this, which is lump charcoal.
Did you make that?
I did not make that charcoal. I bought that charcoal.
But you have to get lump charcoal.
Yeah, you can buy lump hardwood charcoal.
You keep saying you're going to make a video on how to make charcoal. Charcoal. I can't talk.
I am going to make a video.
One good beer and it's like bleh.
All right, so here's the moment of truth here. Was the okra seed pod enough to actually get those going?
Ooh, smoky. Somebody was grilling in the neighborhood at lunchtime, so this would be about dinner time. That's why I'm like, can we grill something? It smelled good.
All right, so from what I'm seeing...
Is it working?
Nope. All right, so we need a hotter fire to get the hazelnut shells to start. Well, that's what we needed to find out. So now we tested this out. Let's go ahead and get some other fuel and get the
Okay,
fire
folks.
going. But now we know they're hard to light.
All right, folks, we'll be right back. Get the fire extinguisher. So, anyways, this is like your old rosemary bush stuff.
Yep.
That you finally got
I
trimmed.
noticed the hazelnut shells, they are still smoldering in there, but you just need to get a hotter fire going if you're gonna.
Did you smoke them or something? Because boy, they didn't smoke.
They're still smoldering.
They're very smoky.
They're still smoldering down there.
Boy.
Now keep in mind, in a forge, if you're using a forge, you'd be feeding oxygen to them, and we're not.
Oh, open your thing at the bottom.
It is open.
Oh, you sure?
No, yeah, but I'm not forcing any oxygen.
Oh.
I don't have a bellows.
Is that what I was trying to figure out? That's what he was cranking.
Yeah, the crank that Anson is using is a bellows.
But it wasn't the old-fashioned like you
No,
gotta
it's
push
no,
it up and
no,
down.
it's basically a pump.
Yeah, but hand crank.
It's a hand cranked pump.
So if you ever run out of electricity,
it feeds air. Yep.
So he's sort of like a really specialized fabricator.
Yeah, Robert, our neighbor over there, whenever he was still here, before he hightailed it off and moved to Florida.
Lucky bastard.
Yeah, no.
Not in the summer though.
This depends. If you're in Florida, you have to put up with tourists.
And there's more of them now.
Yeah, there's more of them. Anyway, so before he moved away,
is the hazelnuts lighting?
There's hazelnuts at the bottom.
Are they lighting?
They will eventually. It gets this hot, they will.
Throw in some more.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay, fine.
All right, so we get a good fire going, and now I'm just using scrap rosemary wood. Yeah, this is like prunings from the rosemary bush.
We threw them under the carport so they wouldn't get wet. Thank God.
Yeah. So if you're making your charcoal for cooking out of your hazelnuts that you cut back every 9 years you cut back a couple of hazelnut trees, you're going to get wood that you can make charcoal out of. You can cook with that, and then you start that with your other pruning stuff. I mean, you don't have to waste anything.
Wood. Oh yeah.
Is it wood? Now give this about 10-15 minutes. Our charcoal will be going. We'll be ready to.
What is it? Tree power in a nutshell. Please see that video.
There we go.
I stole that line from somebody in your live stream.
That fire that we've got going now would probably be hot enough to ignite these.
Toss a few on there. I don't know.
And keep them smoking.
Will they have a flavor?
Yeah, just throw a few in here.
Just curious. So what are we grilling later?
We're gonna make some sausage.
You just grill. You just like to grill anything.
I know.
I'm like, honey, I want sauerkraut sausage. I'm gonna put it on the grill.
Yeah, it is hot. All right.
You think they would give you a better handle? Like, oh.
Well, I mean,
It's heat resistant, but
you gotta have it small enough that you can fit it into the cooker. And
maybe most cookers that it's designed for aren't, how you say, insulated and holding in all the heat.
Maybe, I don't know. But whenever you get that close, it's gonna get hot.
But it's a plastic handle. How does it not melt?
There are a lot of really high temp plastics that don't melt readily.
Readily, but they do if you accidentally leave your heat temperate spatula turner in the pan.
I got a little bit of water in the bench for you.
Woo! Oh, that stinks.
There we go. Oh,
And it's already dry.
Ready to be washed.
And that's already dry.
Yeah, but it's not cool enough. It's not going to set anything on fire.
Whew.
Anyway.
Okay, this is why I hate pajama pants. No pockets.
All right, so once my grills hit 350 degrees, we're good to go. We're just going to take a couple sausage links, drop them on there. There we go. Cover her up.
That's it.
Wait, well, yeah, I guess we could get our sauerkraut going. We put that in that container earlier. Let's put that over there. There we go. So we got sausage down.
People usually cook this on this stove, but you insist on cooking outside.
Outside, on wood heat.
What is less mess? And charcoal is pretty cheap.
Keeps the house from warming up, and today it's 80
Muggy.
degrees out and 100% humidity. So yeah,
It feels like you're
I'm
breathing.
cooking outside because it would be miserable to do it indoors.
We're breathing water.
We're breathing water right now. That's right.
You missing Bert lately? I think he's taking a sauna. He's turning into fried chicken.
No, he's off under there somewhere.